Hey, what's up everyone? Today I have something special for you. On the internet, you could have seen cheap Chinese guitars, and probably you had a question: are they good as the branded ones? I'm going to figure this out today. I'll need coffee to make this review for you, probably a lot of coffee, because that's the thing which makes me laugh, sometimes it makes me crazy. Also grab tea, coffee, whatever you want, and let's get started. And by the way, you can get this cool mug. To appreciate the support of my Patreon subscribers, I launched merch, which you can get after 3 months of subscription. Check out my Patreon, link in the description. And you probably saw these Chinese unbranded guitars a lot. Some of them are copying the famous brands, some of them are kinda new ones. And I always wanted to know what's the difference between them. And today I have this chance. So let me introduce you this guitar. It looks good, isn't it? As you see, it's X shape. And to be honest, this reminds me something. I don't know, maybe Jackson, maybe something else. So if you know what this looks like, leave a comment below. And a very important thing, before you buy any of these unbranded guitars, please read the laws and regulations about counterfeit in your country. For example, in US you can buy this for you, just for personal use, but you cannot sell, distribute or import this. So you'll be breaking the law. Please be aware. In US you can buy one, let's say, locally, but you cannot order this outside of US. For example, if you're importing this from China, you're breaking the law. Don't do this. There are different terms. Counterfeit, when someone tries to copy or use a trademark of another brand, kind of registered trademark. And you may know that Gibson, they sued a lot of companies who was trying to sell Les Paul guitars or any others like Flying V. The most recent case, they sued Dean guitars, and I told you about this in my news video. Find the link in the description. But that's the thing you definitely need to be aware of. And you may also find knockoff items like this one, which are similar, kind of not the same, and you don't see any trademarks, anything here, but they are similar to other brands or items. This is kind of safer. But enough talking, let's start the review. And like you see, that's X shape. Pretty good one, I should say. It has 24 frets, 2 EMG pickups, and to be honest, I'm not really sure are those real AMG or is this something else? Maybe some cheap versions, I don't know. We'll hear how they sound in a few minutes. And it's a 6-string guitar, so it doesn't have lock-in tuners, just the regular tuners here. What I found, I played this guitar for a few days and it can stay in tune. I'm kind of surprised, that's a good sign. And one thing I like about this guitar is the set neck. That's super awesome. You know how I like them. The very easy access to all the high frets. I also like the color, and to be honest, the paint job is good. I did not find any defects, kind of significant ones. Sometimes even branded guitars, they look worse, to be honest. And one thing which I really like about this guitar is the fretwork. You might thought if it's a cheap Chinese guitar, it won't be good, right? But what I can say you, some of the branded guitars, they have worse fretwork than this one. For example, I have a legator guitar, which after 1 year, so it started sharpening my hand, so you cannot easily slide on the neck. While this one, so everything is perfect. But is it a good guitar? Let me show why I mentioned it makes me laugh and why I need a lot of coffee for this review. To start with, and that's the fun thing. So you see this knob, ta-da! It's not fixed at all, so it came like this. It's supposed to be fixed this way, so just the regular knob, but it's not. And you see this glue? It kind of sits on glue. So that's crazy thing. That's okay. I can live with it. Another thing, let me try to show this on camera. I hope you can see this. Look at the bridge. It's probably, let's do it this way. Let's do it on this side. You see this angle? Bridge set with that angle. It's not flat. And another thing, I could not lower the string the way I usually play it. See, I kind of put it down as much as possible. See, bridge already the lowest possible position. But strings, they are still too high for me. See, probably, if you really want to play this guitar, you'll have to do something with the bridge. And to be honest, I don't have any other guitars with wraparound bridges. Not really sure if it's kind of okay to have this angle. Let me know in comments if you have branded guitar with this bridge and how it behaves. But other thing, I said it stays in tune, but the thing which really surprised me, I was able to set the intonation. I have my cheap Jackson guitar where I could not do this. But this one, so yeah, I set it easily, with no problem. That's kind of nice thing. And I also will need my screwdriver for this review, as before I can start playing, I need to install the battery. And you ask me, why didn't you do this before the review? You'll see this. Also, I forgot to mention, both of strap plugs, they're here, and they're kind of small one. So be careful with the strap, or use another strap plugs. Let's put the battery. And if you don't know how to set your guitar, refer to my video where I covered all the main aspects. You'll find link in the description. And jack socket is on this side. That's kinda good. I can comfortably play when I'm sitting. Let's plug it in. And the reason why I didn't put a battery before is this one. See? You say, and what? It's just a clean sound? Yes, but the volume is currently not on. If you don't believe me, say, let's turn this on. Here, and turn this off. Almost nothing changes. It simply doesn't work. Yeah, it makes it louder, but you cannot mute your guitar. That's kind of fun thing. But that's okay. Let's check. So starting from the neck position, I switched it to the neck, turn on the volume, and let's check it out. And I forgot to mention that I'm connecting my guitar straight to an audio interface, and I'm using an amplitude plugin for clean sound. Let's try to play some chords, and it's still neck position. Okay, middle. Sometimes I forget to turn the volume on, because again it sounds even with these completely off. And now chords. And bridge position. And as I'm an old metal guy, let's add some gain. And we're starting from the neck. And I'm doing the same thing. Continue to forget that this knob doesn't control anything. But now let's check the middle position. And I just recorded this with this knob turned off, and let's just compare maybe the same with this turned on. Did you hear any difference? It seems to be louder, but that's it. Not really sure if it's even the volume, maybe it's some kind of filter. If you hear better than me, let me know in comments. But now, let's check the bridge position, the last one. Okay, let me disconnect this monster. And it slightly went out of tune, so I checked this. One thing which I forgot to mention, these tuners, they are super tight. Not really sure, maybe it will be better if you play this, but maybe they're just the bad ones. And the last fast thing, I already mentioned that this bridge is not flat, but here's even more. Check this out. I hope you can see. Here's the distance between these strings on a bridge, especially between fifths and sixths, or fourths and fifths. Again, I never had this wraparound bridge before, but I doubt that's expected. You see, basically, here the completely different distance between sixths and fifths, and for example, the rest of the strings. And the same between fourths and fifths. It's kind of less than between these three, and it's bigger than between the others. Anyway, that's fun. You heard how it sounds. Again, I don't really think those are the real EMGs, but let me know in comments if you like how they sound. So, is it a good guitar? I don't know. On one hand, again, the paint job, the fret job, so everything is good. No concerns here. Even these pickups, to me, they're kinda okay-ish. Of course, I didn't expect much from this kind of unbranded Chinese guitar, especially it's a kind of weird cheap one compared to the branded ones. And also, I really like this set neck. Again, for extremely cheap guitar, set neck is super cool. Because again, I hate these bolt-on guitars, especially if there is the kind of huge brick So if you had one, let's say the old Fender or similar Strats, you probably know what I'm talking about. So this one is super awesome. This shape, again, I like how it looks. If I would know that this is a knockoff guitar, so it looks nice. If I really want to play this, I'll have to fix this volume knob. Again, probably something wrong with the circuit or whatever. And I'll have to fix this bridge. Most likely I'll need to replace it or whatever, because again, strings are too high. Also the distance between the 6th and 5th and 4th and 6th it's probably not expected. Not really sure if it impacts something. If any of guitar technicians are watching me, would appreciate if you explain this and how this impacts the sound. You definitely need to be aware of before you buy anything like this about the restrictions, limitations, laws and rules in your country. But for me, that was fun, and that's the main thing, right? That's why we're here, to have fun. So, like this video, YouTube will recommend this to others like you, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, you won't miss any new videos. And also, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where I share a lot of stuff. Also, my Patreon subscribers, they already knew that I got this guitar because I'm posting different unboxing and unpacking videos there as well. Link in the description. Thanks for watching and see you soon!